What's up, everybody? Welcome to Casa Bonnie. It's your girl, Bonnie Scotch, and I'm coming to you with another review for All Stars 8. This is episode 12. This is the grand finale, y'all. We have finally made it, okay? 12 episodes later of what felt like an exhausting season for me, anyway. I mean, let's talk about it. Let me know if you guys enjoy this. But, just seeing the girls in the workroom together once again really reinforced the idea that maybe the All-Star 7 all winners format could have really worked for this season, because these girls have known each other for decades. They're talking about they've known each other for 15, 20 years. So there's a lot of history. And, I have to say that one person that grew on me this season was Naysha Lopez. Now, if you all remember, I don't know if you all have been watching from the beginning, but those of you who have been watching my reviews from the beginning, you all know that Naysha kind of, she always disappeared for me and she wasn't memorable, but getting a chance to experience her on Roscoe's Tavern, I have to really say, like, she's the right kind of messy. She asked the messy, shady questions that I like. And I don't know, just seeing her kind of take on a sort of sense of advocacy for the girls. And, I relate to her in the way that she's always trying to, like, take things from here and there. Like Lala, we saw her, like, taking this or that, putting it in her brassiere.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
I very much relate to a lot of what was going on behind the scenes as far as what Naysha Lopez was giving. But no, Naysha was also giving a whole lot, more than what I expected. But girl, appreciate you. So, I don't know. I kind of got into Naysha this season as well. So I feel like I had to let that be known. All right. So we have the Tic Tac lunch with Rue and Michelle. We get some insight into Jimbo's very tumultuous childhood. And, I didn't watch all of Canada's Drag Race and the other seasons that they were on. So I am not sure if they got into this story previously, but it was very interesting, to hear Jimbo kind of share their perspective, and you get some deeper insight into why they go so hard in the clownery direction. I mean, isn't that always it? Like, the people with the most pain are clowning the most. So, yeah, it was interesting. And, we have Candy meeting up with RuPaul. And it was kind of interesting. Naysha spoke about this a bit, and she said the girls, in the pageant, when they ask you why you deserve to win, this is a question that they ask when they run out of questions to ask you. And she said, because, by the way, Naysha won Miss Continental. Shout out to her. I mean, you got to give it up for her. And I'm glad that she's been, given a chance to speak about her accolades and her accomplishments. These are the things I want to know about the queens. I want to know about the layers and the facets and the texture. And I want to know what you bring. I bring me. Shout out to Star. I don't know if y'all watch the show Star, but I think it's still on Hulu. Bring back Star. Hashtag bring back Star. Anyway, hashtag those girls. Okay, so back to the conversation. Naysha made mention that in the pageant world, judges ask you why you deserve to win, because this is a question that they ask when they run out of questions. And not usually. And the girls who say that they have been through certain adversities and this and that are the girls who don't win. So, Candy was crying and talking about how much she's went through to get here, but everybody's gone through something to get there. So I guess in that way, maybe if it was a little bit more specific, there may have been more of a connection. But I don't know that the Tic Tac lunch means anything really. I'm just pointing out the behind the scenes perspective that has given me deeper insight into the, kind of the machine, kind of how these things work. I'm not a pageant girl. I've never been a part of that world. So Naisha giving some insight. That was pretty interesting. So I think, and something else that I hear a lot too is you need to work on your personal story. You need to know it like the back of your hand. You know what I mean? Like craft what your story is, decide what you want to tell, and tell it and tell it well. You know what I mean? And tell it again. So there's like, I don't know, it's like a refinement thing. Oh, have you guys seen my little butterfly ring? I'm in this phase where I'm just like putting butterflies on things again. Like it's, the early 2000s. So yeah, that's the type of time we're on. Anyway, so on the main stage, RuPaul once again looks incredible. We have Jimbo up first with their number. And I thought it was fine. This was, something about I remember being born. And Leland wrote and performed this, I believe, for Jimbo and wrote for Candy as well, just based on what they give. And it's my understanding that the girls have to turn in certain songs that they lip sync to, songs that make them feel like their authentic selves. So the girls each have like a package. They have to submit a package of songs, and this is how this is crafted, and this is how the lip sync choices are made. Now we're gonna come back to the lip sync at the end. Okay, we're gonna touch that. So anyway, again, Jimbo was at first. I thought it was fine. I didn't connect with this, but I thought that the song was fitting. We know that Jimbo is not gonna really give anything in terms of choreography because they don't really do that, and that's okay. You know what I mean? And up next, we have Candy, who did the moves, but Candy looked very disconnected in this performance to me. They just weren't there in the face, and at times it just seemed like they were barely lip syncing. And then let's talk about the behind the scenes, okay? Because this gave me major insight. Once again, shout out to Naisha Lopez on Roscoe's Tavern. I need you all to get into Roscoe's. I need to get into like those first couple of episodes on Roscoe's because I didn't see those, and just see what Naisha was throwing out there because that bitch be spilling. Anyway, Roscoe shares that Candy had to do this performance about 12 times, okay? And on the 12th time, or, they tried to get it as close every time to the first time that they did it with a lot of energy. And on the 12th time, I guess they maybe hurt their ankle, and production asked Candy about it during the confessional, and Candy was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So kudos to Candy on not falling for the okey doke, you know what I mean? But I was like, oh my God, just hearing that, I felt so terrible for Candy because it seemed like a little bit of riggery in my life. Like Rigiana, rigor mortis, honey, a little rigatoni pasta, so that was just some interesting information. So thank you once again. Shout out to Naisha Lopez for giving us that tea. So maybe this was the take that they recorded, and Candy just so happened to be over it. So I don't fault her for that. I think that she got the moves down, and I can tell it was meant to be fierce, but I was not connected to the voice that they used for Candy. It sounded very much like a Gaga impersonator, and I would have preferred if the girls got a chance to write their own lyrics and record it with Leland and then give us this production. At the end, we always get like a production like this where the girls perform all together as a group, and then, or, they'll do like a music video with RuPaul, which tends to be on like the main season. But anyway. Oh, and I put here the best part about the whole performance was all of the girls coming out in those white sequin robes to do the gospel number. I thought that was so cute. Like, they look so cute doing that. That was the most fun part for me. I enjoyed that the most. So yeah, it once again speaks to like, we needed the girls to make this space full, to make it feel full once again. So the name of this runway is Finale Fabulosity. Up first, we have Monica Beverly Hills. I think she looks absolutely stunning in purple. This is a great color on her, but I noticed that the cameraman or the editor, whoever it was, kind of zoomed in on her midsection, and it really illuminated the fact that she wasn't cinched and she really needed more of that shape. I wanted to see it like pull together, just like pull like somebody get her in a corset and like put your foot in her back and just pull those strings, and you know what I mean. I really wanted somebody to give her that treatment to cinch it all up. I think that would have really sent it over, but I think that Monica really looked pretty here. And I love how big the boa was. I thought the proportion was really pretty and the wig was everything. All right, so up next we have Naysha Lopez. I put here that this is an incredible look. I think this is one of the better looks for Naysha as well. This is one of my favorite looks from her aside from the flamenco. I just want to see Naysha experiment with her makeup a little bit more. I'm so used to seeing her with the dark eyes, with the dark eyeshadow and the black eyeliner on both lids. It really closes the eyes up. So maybe just do it on the top and then do like a nude color on the bottom to open the eyes up, because Naysha is really, really pretty. You know, I just think if she experiments with her makeup more, that will get a little bit more facets in the gem, because I see what she's putting down this season. Like, I wasn't sure about Naysha. And then the more that I saw her, seeing her on Roscoe's as well, she had on this pink sequin suit. It was so, oh my God, the wig. It was so puss. I was like, Naysha is actually shutting the girls down quite as it's kept. She had on this like fluorescent neon green color the week before. It was everything. Naysha really kills it. So I see what she's putting down for the runway and I can appreciate it. So shout out to Naysha. Up next we have Kasha. I like everything about this except for the collar. You know, yeah, I think that it was perfectly pretty. But I also don't care for this look because Kasha looks like she calls the cops on niggas in this look. And I don't know, it's just a look. It's just a thing that it just conjures a certain image and aesthetic that okay. So up next we have Darian. I really like this look in bits, in pieces. I like the wig, I like the makeup, and I like it when everything is on, like the skirt. When she started taking stuff off, it lost me. I didn't really understand like what it was supposed to be. You know what I mean? I thought it was like a perfectly pretty, like nice look with the skirt, because it gave me like pageant, but it was different because it was a different color. It was green and it was black, and it's something I'm not used to seeing. And it was flattering, you know, the way they had that, you know, where they placed the tearaway. But anyway, shout out to Darian because she has been giving us puss all season, and can't take that away from her, okay? The mug is stamped. Up next, we have James Mansfield. Apparently, she borrowed this look from Alexis Mateo.
Sick me now? Sick me now?
It very much looks like an Alexis Mateo moment. And it also feels in line with what James gives in their drag. So I appreciated this, and I think that orange looks great on her. Up next, we have Kahana, and she's wearing this homage to Oshun, and it's kind of like an ancestral veneration piece as well. She looks absolutely gorgeous. Lots of ornate details on the cape when she opens it up, and the dress is like perfectly see-through. It has bones, it has a heart, I think, and sunflowers all over it, and it looks like a really beautiful offering. And I really appreciated seeing this on the runway. Kahana looks stunning as per usual. Up next, we have Lala in this red dress with the petals on the bottom. And I thought that this was really beautiful. I think that this particular shade of red works on Lala's complexion. Her skin just eats it up. It's gorgeous on her. The only issue that I had was this wig. I wanted to see a bigger wig to kind of match the proportions of the bottom of the dress. And once again, just like have that foundation kind of like matching, but those are things that we can work on. I really appreciate the effort. And once again, Lala looks absolutely beautiful. Up next, we have Alexis Michelle. She looks absolutely stunning. The dress is bad, and that's bad meaning good, okay? So I really can't say anything about this. I can't critique it because it's absolutely stunning. And I just love the details of the rhinestones and the way it cut into the body and complemented her shape. It was sickening. So it's a little bit of a like Jessica Rabbit going to a gala, going to a charity event, something like that. But if she had like more titty, if she brought that to it. Okay. Next up, we have Jimbo. I think that Jimbo looks great and beautiful. I love this horn wig. I love the illusion of big boobs carved into the dress so it stays true to Jimbo's brand. Jimbo is bringing this element of fashion to the runway that I think is really pretty. Up next, we have Candy Muse. And I'm going to start with a positive. Candy sells whatever she has on. When Candy comes down the runway, she has this look on her face like you see it, bitch. Like you cannot tell her she's not like the most sickening, the most pretty, the most puss. So I love and appreciate that about Candy, and I need to incorporate that into my own aesthetic because she really sells it. Okay. Now, as for what she had on, this was giving me a little bit of Binky Barnes and Big Bird Had a Baby. The split was crazy. The proportion was kind of wonky. The shape and the silhouette on top and the bottom, I didn't know where to go, what to look at. That itty bitty wig was too itty bitty. So for a finale look and for an all-stars look, it definitely missed the mark, and I hate to see it. But shout out to Candy for selling this. And it don't matter what Candy got on, she's gonna try to make you a believer. And I appreciate her dedication to herself and her belief in her craft. And that's no bullshit. The thing with Candy is I think she needs to learn her body. I think she needs to understand her body and her proportions so that she knows how to pull certain things together. Next up, we have the crowning for the Queen of the Fame Games, and congratulations to Lala Ree for winning the 60K. Now, there's been a lot of controversy about whether the Fame Games was real or not. Bussy Queen got into this on their last episode, pretty much talking about how you could type in anything, type in any email, even if it wasn't a valid or real email, and it would accept your vote. So this and that, whatever. Look, I voted as many times as I could for Lala Ree, so I am happy that it feels like my vote, went through. But apparently, Jessica, it's rumored, allegedly, that Jessica won the Fame Games and Lala's triple vote beat that out. So anyway, shout out to Lala Ree. I'm glad that she won, and it's very well deserved. Okay, so for the lip sync, we have Do You Want to Funk? Okay, for YouTube. I don't want y'all flagging me, all right? This is by Sylvester and Patrick Cowley. The most interesting look from Candy that I've seen this season. Well, yeah, this was, the most interesting that I think I've seen from Candy. Behind the scenes tea, Naisha shared that producers tried to switch the song to Milkshake at the last minute. Jimbo listed Milkshake as, one of her top songs that she likes to lip sync and perform to. And Candy knew that. So Candy threw a fit and she was like, listen, call my mother, get my phone, get my shit. I'm leaving. Y'all could do the finale without me. And they were like, no, wait, Candy. And they ended up changing it. So shout out to Candy once again for not just going with whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, like, they asked these girls what they like to lip sync to, what they like to perform to, and at the last minute, y'all change it to Milkshake to give favor to Jimbo. Like, we have to make it look like there's some type of fairness, you know what I mean? So, what's right is right. As for the lip sync, it kind of just was what it was. We knew that Jimbo wasn't getting up there to do anything major. Candy can serve, but this time, I think it was slow to start, and then she did this run and slide, and I was really concerned about her knees. And, Jimbo's the winner of this season of All Stars, y'all. Congratulations, Jimbo. I had a feeling you would win. This is going to end up being $300K in Canadian money. So shout out to her. This is a big win. This is the first international queen that we have in the Drag Race Hall of Fame. So, how did you guys like the episode? How did you guys like the season? How did you guys feel about the season overall? Let's chat. Let's talk. It's rumored that they are already filming for season 9, allegedly. Okay, so, I'm looking forward to the next round of All Stars. You know how the machine works. They're always pumping out these new seasons. And let's go. I'm ready for the next one. So hit the like button on your way out. Let's chat. Okay. And, that was it for the episode, you guys. Have a good rest of your week. Peace.